Good Tuesday afternoon, Roger Hill of Wuthering Heights. This weather video is driven by 802cars.com, representing 802 Toyota, Twin Cities Subaru, and 802 Honda, all located off of Exit 7 on Interstate 89. Tropical Storm Isaias is down here in this location here. We'll just pull that a little bit further up, and this is where the circulation is, and it's made it just about the same latitude as New York City, not quite. It is in New Jersey, northern New Jersey. It's going to be taking a track across the Catskills, eventually to the Albany-Schenectady area, maybe even a little bit west now, in the vicinity of Glens Falls. And then from there, we're looking at a track that will take it somewhere in this vicinity here, roughly cutting across the eastern part of the Champlain Valley, maybe along the northern Green Mountains and dumping out around Jay Peak and then heading north. All of this taking place roughly between about 4 p.m. and then exiting definitely by 1 or 2 o'clock on early Wednesday morning. You can see some of these symbols here, the hurricane symbols. These are damage reports with strong gusty winds over 40 miles per hour, also some flood issues. We're looking at a lot of business going on in the greater New Jersey area. This is kind of central New Jersey. Here's where New York City is, Long Island, and so forth. So this is going to be taking a track a little bit further north. Let me give you the latest update here. You can see that has now moved into New York City, and we're seeing some of these stronger winds. And this is an arc. Earlier was producing a lot of supercell mini tornadic thunderstorms. The feeder band basically is what it is, pushing into the circulation here. And the overall trend is that this is going to move north, and we're going to be in this zone here. So this we could see some potential for some supercell thunderstorm activity, producing kind of EF0, EF1 tornado. Not real super strong and very brief, and they spin up and they move very, very fast. They're almost barely a cyclonic circulation. These are the kind of systems that are in bigger systems, bigger hurricanes, and they produce a lot of damage. So heads up on that with this particular track. Probably the southernmost part of Vermont has the best chance. Further up to the north, there's still a slight chance of that, but we're looking at heavy rain, generally 1 to 3 inches, maybe 2 to 4 on this side of the track of the low, and mostly into New York now, and so forth. And we're going to look at the winds now. So the winds that start to really pick up are in these yellows here when we get above 40, 45, and with a full tree canopy, it might be as low as 40. So the thresholds are starting to be reached here. This is valid about 4 o'clock, and we'll run the model. This is the most recent model run. This is 1 hour old, and these are the HRRR ensemble. And you can see that those winds get strong here, and we're talking gusts potentially in that sort of 50 to 60 mile an hour range, and quite a few spots. Now, what we're also looking at is once this moves on in, you can see the backside of the system, and it looks like through the Champlain Valley where the northern winds are going to be blowing. It depends on the track, but with the area of low pressure, we got that counterclockwise circulation. So we have winds out of the east and southeast, and then in the northern Champlain Valley or along Lake Champlain, winds will be probably due north. So as that circulation pulls off to the north of the border, we finally lose that around 05Z. That is about 1 o'clock in the morning, and so forth. That's 2 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday. Here's a quick look at the European model. You can see the center of Isaias, at least modeled by the European. And it's a pretty good model run into the inside. It looks like parts of Rutland County, sort of the eastern part of the Champlain Valley, and so forth. And quickly running precipitation. This is valid at 2 o'clock this afternoon, 18Z on Tuesday. We'll take you to 8 o'clock tonight. You can see that the heaviest rain accrued is going to be definitely west of the center, but some of that interacting with terrain. Still greater than 1 inch amounts here. This is valid at 8 o'clock this evening. We'll take you through 06Z or 2 o'clock on Wednesday morning. You can see the heaviest amounts now have shifted into New York State and across parts of the Champlain Valley, which have already seen some pretty good rainfall. And that would go for really the last couple of days. They've had some thunderstorms, some smaller strips in this particular area here. So the ground is pretty wet in some of these locations, and we're going to add to it, and that could be problematic. Looking at the full amount of precipitation, we'll take you through 12Z or 8 o'clock on Wednesday morning. It's long gone at that point in time. And it does look like we'll probably end up with something like this, generally an inch to 2 inches up to the Green Mountains, 2 to 4 inches locally, 4 inches across some parts of the northern and western parts of Vermont, and certainly in the Adirondack Mountains. That's it from here. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights. Thanks for watching.